Alright, greetings everybody. Back here with another video. This one's a bit shorter because it's simpler. This time we're making a 5-strand false braid bracelet. And to do this, we're going to cut off a 1-inch wide strip of leather, and the length is depending on the size of the wrist. So I had an old bracelet that I was going to replace, so I knew exactly how long the wrist needed to be cut. You know, that's the wrong way to say that. I knew exactly how long to cut it for the man's wrist, okay? So anyway, so this is 1-inch wide, and the reason it's 1-inch wide is because if you go with like a nice round number, then you can for 5 strands you got to cut 4 pieces. So you can see right here I'm going 1.5 inches from the edge, and then 1 inch is also like 25 millimeters, so every strand can be 5 millimeters because you got 25 total and you need 5, so you divide it by 5, that's 5. So I'm using a ruler there and I'm poking with the 5 millimeters, 5 millimeters, 5 and 5. So there's 4 holes. Remember to cut 4 slices to get 5 strands. Yeah, you could cut like 5 and then you'll have 6. So don't be confused. I did that earlier. Before. Okay, so I'm making 3 marks along the line, because if you got 2, that's cool, but 3 pretty much guarantees that the line's gonna be straight, as long as you measure correct. So just cutting from the far one to the close one to my head, so that they're all like starting and ending around the same place. And there we go, there's 4 of them. And then you can now see we have 5 strands. And the original bracelet was black, so we're gonna dye this black. This is another useful thing to do, is to punch a hole at the end of the cut. And it protects from tearing, and it looks pretty good, and it helps you with the braiding, because sometimes like those gaps when you're twisting the braid and everything, it can be a little tight. So there we go. This is the final beginning design, like the rough design. And so now I'm gonna edge every edge, because everything's gonna be in contact with the person's skin, so we want it to feel nice. So I'm edging in and out of every strand, front and back, and then also the same for the entire rest of the piece, like that, the outside edges. Alright, now we're gonna dye black. Pro dye, oil based or whatever. I don't think it's actually oil based, but it's a bit better than the non-pro dyes somehow. I'm going real thick on that middle zone to try and help get the dye in those grooves, because you gotta make sure everything's black. You don't want some natural sticking out. Alright, so that went well, and for a nice edge I'm gonna round punch the ends of the bracelet, which will make it look better, especially with the line 20 snap, because the line 20 snap is rounded, so therefore, round to round, yeah, it looks good. Putting some leather balm with atom wax, the ultimate finish for me. I use it on almost everything. So now we've got essentially the bracelet ready for, oh wait, okay. Yeah, I forgot about this, the burnishing. It's hard to burnish this, and it's also hard to edge this because those little strands are just, they don't have that much integrity, so they like flop around a little bit. But yeah, just get through it, man. You gotta make this thing nice, so do it. Yeah, I'm burnishing inside every strand. That's a good technique right there. I would call that the accordion technique. Alright, so we're braiding. So you go left over 2, right over 2, left over 2, right over 2, and then left over 2. And that's literally braiding right there. And so you got 3 on the right, 2 on your left, and you put the bottom through that, which flips the 3 on the right. You can see that they're flipped over. And then what you do is you push open a hole underneath where they cross over, and then you go through that again where there's 3 on the left and 2 on the right, and that flips them back over and kind of ties in the braid. And this bracelet, as you can see, due to the length, it can fit 2 cycles of braiding. So I'm just straightening them out and pushing them towards the top end, and then getting ready to add the next cycle of braids, which will fit underneath that. So that's, you can see, is half braided through one cycle. So anyway, we're gonna do the next cycle here. Left over 2, and right over 2, left over 2, right over 2. Again. And I already did that. I guess I didn't include that in footage, but yeah, we're already putting it through. 3 on the right, 2 on the left. There's a good video for this on YouTube. Really good video for this, which I can link you if you need. The angle, the camera angle is much better than mine. I only have one camera, and it's diagonal because of how I have to set it up. So, sorry. This is as good as I got right now. Okay, so after you flip them back and forth for the second time, that's all this bracelet can take. And you can see I'm manually flipping some of the strands so that the grain sides up, because it gets a bit tight. So there it is with all the braids done. And then I'm just marking here where I think the line snaps should go. And then you punch that. Line 20, which is, this leather's not that thick. I think it was like 5 ounce. So 20's good. Bracelet as well. So you don't need that much. So I'm just checking which side looks better on top, because one of the sides of the braid just looks better than the other side near the end. And you could probably like manipulate that, but I didn't bother, it's not a big deal. So yeah, we're just installing those snaps, and that's about it. So hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe, comment with any questions. I'll be glad to help you out. See you in the next one. Cheers.